People, welcome to Newspaper Breakdown 27 for the 10th. Today's main paper is the Daily Mail, and this is a crock of shit. I mean, it is exactly what you expect. Front page, migration. Front page, migration, scary. And then second page, consider how much news is going on at the moment. Consider the importance of everything that's happening, and we'll see what the second page is. Fucking Diana and the Crown, page 2 and 3, double spread on that bollocks. Jesus fucking Christ. Still cheaper than a lot of other papers. Ridiculous. Right, so say front page, surprise, immigration. That's the front page of the Daily Mail. Home Office clandestine channel threat commander, which is what a pointless title. What an utterly pointless title that is. Clandestine channel threat commander. It sounds like a fucking like a 13-year-old was able to choose their own name. Dan O'Mahony Mahoney, whatever his fucking name is. He told MPs there had been an exponential rise in arrivals from Albania. This is illegal crossings. We've seen a rise altogether with 38,000 migrants crossing the channel this year. Well, they're claiming from 12,000 from Albania on its own, suggesting 1 to 2% of the male population from Albania have moved over. Big thing on that is that this is human trafficking. So we look at it like it's just these, everyone treats them like they're less than human, but what we're dealing in is severe human trafficking if this is the case. You know, this is what, and the government is spending £7 million a day housing asylum seekers. Home Office has only processed 4% of asylum claims who crossed the channel last year. Now, what was very interesting about this particular news story is you've got no mention at all of the removal of practically every legal route to come into this country. Because this is the thing, when you talk about illegal immigration, they do not mention anything like the Nationality and Borders Bill, which came in this year, which took away all of the safe routes for people to come in. And so you look at 38,000 people have crossed over illegally into this country. If you take into account how many people would normally come over legally that they're not able to now, the actual amount of immigration that we have in this country has not been going up exponentially as is claimed. It's just the fact that we do not have any legal routes, and if you do not have any legal routes, I'll tell you who benefits: human traffickers. That's who benefits. Criminals will benefit when you remove all legal routes coming over. That's the same with everything in the fucking world. Move all the legal stuff, and that's what happens. Got no mention of the cuts to services that has happened because of austerity for years. Cut. All the cuts. You don't have enough people to do what needs to be done, which is why you've only got 4% of asylum claims actually being processed, and that's just from last year. There isn't enough people to do the work. And no doubt, and I do not know if this is correct, so this is just suggesting, I would guess that there's a lot more to process from an illegal crossing than there is from going through a legal route, even though going through a legal route still has tons of shit. And one of the things I have kept on saying is that France need to do more. France need to do more about this. France need to do more. My question, why? We have no deal with France. We've got nothing with France. When we were in the EU, we did. And we could say, well, France, you have to do more. It's understandable. But now, why does France have to do anything? What reason do France have to stop people from leaving their country to come to ours? There is no reason. Oh, it's safety. It's all about safety. They don't care about safety. They don't give a damn about safety. If they cared about safety, they'd put in legal routes. You want to blame other people because you can't do the job. Yeah, as I've mentioned, page 2 is about the Crown and Princess Diana, so who gives a fuck about that? Other news in there, you've got, according to the British Medical Journal, dozens of UK companies are offering misleading private blood tests for a range of health conditions. Many tend not to be backed by evidence. I saw an advert, I was going through YouTube, as is my wont, and an advert for these blood tests popped up. Oh, they're going to tell you everything you need to know, only this amount of money, it's fantastic, you don't even need to go to the doctors. The problem is that none of these are actually certified. It's the same with all of the DNA companies. You had the 23 up or up some 23 or something like that is the name. With all of these, and what you have to take into account is they will keep your data. So think like Facebook, but for your blood. Google, but for your DNA. They have all of your information. And it's one thing knowing what you wank to. It's another thing having all of your DNA. It's a creepy. That's the next level of control, really, of our information. It's very scary. And if you're not backing it anything from evidence, and these aren't doctors doing all of this, what you're getting is you're getting information through telling you, oh, you potentially have this, this and this wrong with you, which is going to send you to the NHS, putting more problems to the NHS, potentially making them even busier than they already are, because they're already extended to the wazoo as it is, off the back of you basically doing a bloody BuzzFeed test, or the comparative nature of a BuzzFeed test. The BMJ, which is the British Medical Journal, as mentioned, has referred two companies to the Advertising Standards Authority. You have to question how they're able to get through. Is there enough regulation on this? I'm a fan of regulation for quite a lot of things, really, because I don't trust companies, and I don't think anyone should. Other stories, you've got the Pope has said that bishops and nuns watch porn. Shouldn't be news, that's expected. I say let them. I mean, he goes on about how it's the devil doing it and everything else. I don't think the devil is forcing you to go on Pornhub. I think the devil has better things to do. You never hear the devil's side to anything, do you? See, that's why he's a better person. He's not going out writing books about how God's a piece of shit, is he? Never. Sunak has U-turned on Truss's U-turn on fracking. So he's banned fracking, or keeping the ban. Good news. The majority of Sunak's cabinet went to private schools. Nearly half went to Oxford unis, 61% went to independent schools, 13% to grammar schools, and 23% to state schools. When you want to talk about diversity in this country, we should certainly have better representation on a wide scale. We should have more people from black backgrounds, Asian backgrounds, and certainly 100%. I personally feel one of the major issues that we face is a lack of class diversification. We do not have a working class voice, and I despise the concept of working class, middle class and upper class, because what that is rich people years ago, hundreds of years ago, said, right, we need to keep these and let them know that they are less than us. Why don't we all put a class system in place and keep everyone in their places? And I dislike it. I reckon if you swapped work in middle and upper for any three words that you want, you would see the pointlessness of it, the stupidity of it all. If it was a fucking bastard wanker and prick, then you have people going, oh mate, I'm a wanker, I'm happy about being a wanker, I'm proud to be a wanker. It's stupid, it's such a stupid thing. It goes the same with working class. Oh, I'm proud to be working class. Why? Because someone told you that you're working class? Because someone put you into a little pigeonhole and told you that's where you are? Then you see how working class, middle class, upper class, all of them, and they all fit into their little boxes and they all work with that working class. I mean, you listen to how even the left talk about the working class, you'd be surprised if any of them could read how they're described. It's ridiculous. You need to move away from that, and that's why you require a diversification of that type of level, because you need to destroy all of the class system, which is why you should get rid of a monarchy, because you can't get rid of a class system when you have to bow to some knobhead on a chair. Finally, the Foreign Secretary James Cleverly has told gay football supporters that they should respect Qatar in the lead up to the World Cup, suggesting that there should be some flex and compromise on both sides, because the World Cup's starting on November the 20th. It's being done in Qatar, which is a bigoted country. The World Cup was, of course, built on slavery. Thousands of people died, meaning that the in memorandum at the end for the awards is going to be about 2 weeks. Also going to be fun watching people build a wall off the bodies of all the dead slaves. Try getting the ball over that messy fucking 50-foot wall. It's disgusting. The World Cup shouldn't be in Qatar. It was a corruption effort, nothing more. It's not a well-known footballing country. It's not a growing footballing country. They bought it because they want to sports wash their own atrocities. And we've already had one LGBTQ campaigner has been arrested in Qatar for protesting. And what you've done with this World Cup is removed the togetherness of it. One of the good things about the World Cup, I've always found, is that you do come together. You watch it as different countries, different races, colours and creeds all get together and enjoy the World Cup. It's not going to be the same with Qatar, the same as it wasn't with Russia. And I'm really struggling to... I want to watch the World Cup, I love the World Cup, but it's very difficult to use any form of morality to argue that you should. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you later. Have a good day.